Bernie, give someone else a chance. If you actually believe in term limits, then maybe it's time that you gave up your seat. And less than 1% of Americans, about 70,000 Americans, are earning $7.25. These folks have collectively created a multi-millionaire working class. And look at the products they offer. If you're in the middle of the Sahara Desert and you can't get Wi-Fi, if you have Elon Musk's Wi-Fi connectivity, Starlink, you can get Wi-Fi anywhere. Hi everybody, welcome back to the Amir Khan Show. It is July 27th, Monday, as I make this video, and over the weekend Bernie Sanders had a very interesting tweet, and I want to talk about this tweet that he posted. He goes on and attacks Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, and he makes this claim that in 2009 the minimum wage was $7.25, and now 17 years later, at 2026, the minimum wage is still $7.25. He goes on to say, obscene, we must raise the minimum wage to a living wage. Now, he talks about Elon Musk's wealth and says, well, in 2012, his wealth was $2 billion, and now he's worth $719 billion. He says Mark Zuckerberg's wealth in 2012 was $17.5 billion. In today's standards, he's worth $212 billion. What Bernie Sanders casually leaves out is the fact that, look at Obama. In 2009, when Obama took office, he was worth less than $1 million. And in today's standard, Barack Obama is worth over $1 million. Look at Nancy Pelosi. When she took office in 1987, she was worth less than $2 million, and now her net worth is over $250 million. Look at Ilhan Omar. He casually leaves out all these Democrats that he supports and has been supporting for the past 35 plus years. Look at Ilhan Omar. In 2016, she was worth less than $100,000, and in today's standards, she, by her own claim, she makes that she is worth over $30 million. Now, of course, after the federal government went after that and said, we're going to look into this, what do you mean by this? She goes and says, oh, this was, I added an extra zero here and there by mistake. It was a tax filing mistake. Look at Ro Khanna, another multi-millionaire. And so what I'm getting at is Bernie Sanders himself is someone who has been in office for the past 35 plus years, and he attacks these entrepreneurs because he's jealous. That's what he really is. He's ultimately jealous of the fact that Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg have collectively, currently, as of 2026, have an active workforce of 2 million employees who are hardworking, out there, grinding, contributing to the economy. And Bernie Sanders, his workforce is practically the federal government. Those are the people he's hired. And what he also does not talk about, that these folks have collectively created a multi-millionaire working class. And look at the products they offer. If you're in the middle of the Sahara Desert and you can't get Wi-Fi, if you have Elon Musk's Wi-Fi connectivity, Starlink, you could get Wi-Fi anywhere. If you live somewhere in Kansas and you're out there in the farmyard, or you're in Texas and you could get anything delivered to you via Amazon. And what he also doesn't talk about the fact that because of the wealth effect and the entrepreneurship these guys have had over the past 10, 15 plus years, indirectly they've created an additional 20 million jobs. They've created over 20 million jobs. And so he's just jealous. And this is someone who, by the way, enjoys the freedom of capitalism. He himself has multiple houses, flies on private jets himself, and again has been in office for 35 years, but he turns around and calls Donald J. Trump a bully, calls him a fascist, and says he's a demagogue. Bernie, give someone else a chance. If you actually believe in term limits, then maybe it's time that you gave up your seat and you let someone else run in Vermont Senate elections, because you've been in office for 35 plus years, and we look at the history of Vermont. Vermont is one of the most progressively highest tax state in the country. It ranks 42 out of 50 states on progressive taxes. You have a high top income rate tax of 9%. You have an estate tax. You have a high property tax. So what are we really talking about here? And I really want to give lots of credit to Patrick Bet-David and his squad there at Valuetainment. They all did a deep analysis on this Bernie Sanders tweet, and they simply just exposed the fact that what percentage of Americans are actually earning $7.25 via federal minimum wage. And the analysis, you find out that less than 1% of Americans, about 70,000 Americans, are earning $7.25. And when you dive deeper into that analysis, you find out that the people that are earning this $7.25, they're teenagers. They're teenagers that are working summer jobs, that are working part-time jobs because they're off of school, or they want to just help out, or have some extra cash on them. So Bernie Sanders, you're just making a complete fool out of yourself. Stop it. Your own party doesn't like you. Now you're pushing this agenda of radical left socialism, and Americans are not buying it. Thank you for watching, everybody. Please consider subscribing to the channel. Thanks. Bye.